Okay, class three. So we're carrying on with our work on climate change and working towards that open letter that we're doing. But today we're going to still be carrying on with the research. We need that background knowledge before we're ready to write a letter. So in our last lesson, we found out about the climate activist Greta Thunberg and some of the things that she's been doing, the things that she's done, and a little bit about climate change. So we're going to delve a little bit deeper into what climate change actually is today and do our background research for our letter. So let's have a look at what we're going to be using today. Okay, so there's two sheets that we're going to be using to get our information today. We've got this first one about what is climate change, and it goes through some of the causes and bits and pieces. What is climate change? And then the second sheet there is how will climate change affect the planet, and some of the things that climate change is changing in bits and pieces. So that's where we're going to get our information from today. And we're going to be using a sheet, planning, well, not so much a planning sheet, but an organizer to help us put that information in. So this is the sheet we're going to be using to record our information. So we're going to be looking and finding out about the causes of climate change and putting those bits down there, the effects, so what's happening, what does climate change do, any specific words or vocabulary that we might need to check out or that we think we're going to be really good in our letter, make that letter sound really important, we're going to put in there, and we've got any interesting facts we're going to do. So let's make a start and put a few bits and pieces in and see how we're going to do this. So let's go back to this letter. We know that this page, we know that one of the things that we wanted to put in was about the causes of climate change. So I've read through this already, so I'm just going to focus in on these bits here. We've got what are the causes of climate change, and we've got three main causes that are put down here. So let's focus in on this one. So we've got the burning of fossil fuels. So I'm definitely going to be putting that in my knowledge organizer. I'm just making a few notes ready to put that in. So over the past 150 years, many countries have been burning large amounts of fossil fuels, such as oil and gas. So we know that oil and gas has been burned. The gas is released into the atmosphere. During this process, act like an invisible blanket, trapping heat from the sun and warming the earth. This is known as a greenhouse effect. So I might include that word in there as well. So I've got a few bits and pieces. So now let's get my knowledge organizer there as well and start putting some of this information in. So causes of climate change, I'm going to put in the burning of fossil fuels. And just that extra information, I want to know what those fossil fuels are, and we know such as oil and gas. So I'm just going to put that in there as well, oil and gas. I'm not going to say too much about what's happening. I'm going to have this sheet handy anyway. I am going to add in those words though, the greenhouse effect. I was going to definitely use that. So let's put that one in my key vocabulary list and make sure I use that within my letter. So you can see we're starting to build up our work around this. Now there are a few other bits and pieces that I thought were notes and useful facts that I read earlier on. So in this first paragraph, there's a few key bits here. Like the Earth has warmed by an average of 1 degree in the last century. Doesn't sound a lot, but actually it's really important. I think that's a really useful fact. So I would be writing that into my notes and useful facts that I can use on my letter. So the idea is we're going to read through those two sheets, and we're going to try and put that information into our knowledge organizer. So we've got a good in-depth knowledge of what climate change is about. So that's your task today. If you can, print off a sheet. If not, you can just put those subtitles into your English book so you've got them there. Otherwise, just write onto the sheet and try and copy up and write up those ideas and that information about climate change and put that on your knowledge organizer. Okay, so best of luck with that, and we'll catch up later.